You don't have to be on. Hello?
Okay. So, can you hear me better
Y-
now?
Yeah, how old are you?
I'm 22.
All right. So why do you think I hate black women?
Um, well, there are several things, but I think maybe the most, if I have to pick one, um, there's one instance when you were talking about beauty and you said some things about black women being on the opposite spectrum of beauty, having asymmetrical faces. And there have been to me
No, no, no,
signs like
no,
the
no. Hold on. Stop right there.
okay.
Where did I say that?
Yeah, so it was a show a few months back, maybe
Uh-huh.
4 or 5
I know the show you're
5
talking
months.
about.
Yeah,
Uh-huh.
and you were talking about beauty, and you were talking about, um it's like a philosophical concept of whether beauty is subjective or objective, and that
Uh-huh.
beauty can be, like, mathematical.
It is.
It's based on symmetry,
It
and
is.
you said that Black women, you didn't specify a single Black woman, you said the blanket term Black women are on the opposite spectrum of beauty and that we have asymmetrical faces.
No, I did not. Black women. I would never say black women's faces don't map along the Fibonacci sequence. That is outright that is wrong. And that is something that has been running across the internet. No, ma'am. The Fibonacci sequence,
Okay.
the no, I know what I
Mhm.
said because it is
I'm listening.
mathematical. It is mathematical. There is a
Mhm.
subjective and an objective standard of beauty. The
Mhm.
objective standard of beauty is the Fibonacci sequence. This is why you get children who don't even have language or even pets, animals who respond to symmetrical faces. Human beings have evolved to like a symmetrical mapping. This is why we like spiral patterns in nature, staircases, flowers. We have evolved to like the Fibonacci sequence. But I would never say that there is a continent on this earth that there are women whose faces don't map along to that sequence. That is anthropologically false.
Okay. Well, then maybe you can clarify what you meant when you said we're on the opposite spectrum of beauty.
I didn't say you're on the opposite spectrum of beauty. I didn't say you're on the opposite spectrum of beauty. I wouldn't say
Hmm.
that.
So, like,
I mean, if you
maybe
understand
I'll
even
hear
where,
you
if you even
wrong.
understand where human, no, I think you guys have been you guys have been playing a long game of telephone. If you even understand where the first human uh, skeleton was found, well, what continent was that on?
Um, Africa, as far as we know,
Yeah,
thus
was it
far.
Lucy or Anne? Yes. Where's the cradle of civilization? The world comes from that continent. So, would you make room for the fact that maybe did you hear me say black women on the opposite spectrum of the opposite end of the beauty spectrum?
Yes, I did.
Bullshit.
I watched the video myself,
Bullshit.
and I've heard it played time and time again.
Bullshit. I would never say something as reckless as that.
Hmm. Okay. I don't know. I guess I
I
can go
do
listen to
know.
it
I
again.
do know. I do know because every time I hear somebody say this, and then people ask and pull up the clip, you never pull up the show,
So, was there
ma'am. It's just
something
not,
in mhm,
ma'am. No, it's wrong. That's why I did the show. It's simply wrong.
okay.
Every
So, was there
continent, there's a
something
every. And I'm gonna say it again. The Fibonacci sequence is a human evolutionary trait. There is a subjective and an objective quality to beauty. And if you look at where the recorded human beings originated from, it's the continent of Africa. So what you're basically asking me to say is humans evolved differently in Africa? No, you're just wrong.
hmm,
But see,
okay.
you've been listening to this stuff for so long and listen to people parrot this stuff for so long to where it's hard for you to hear it out of my mouth. Like, well, I know I heard that. I'm telling you, I wouldn't say anything that reckless.
I
Opposite
understand,
now,
though.
opposite end of a beauty spectrum.
Mhm.
No, The only spectrum I talk about is Fibonacci sequence.
Yeah. So I understand. So was there something, because you're saying we're just pulling up the smaller like 5 minute clip. Was there something in the like full length of the show that would explain
No, nope.
that
Ma'am,
statement?
ma'am, I can't explain why people decide to misuse what I say. People looked at a video that said when I said the woman was average at best. People tried to use something where I talked about a topic and they tried to make it about abuse. Are you seriously trying to ask me why people do what they do? I'm telling you, I didn't say it,
Well,
and there's no reason to say it.
I
Bottom line,
understand,
no,
but
no, there's no. If you don't know, you want to believe it. How
I
about
don't
that?
want to believe
Well,
it because
then
I
I'm
listened
telling
to
you,
the
I
clip
didn't say it,
myself
ma'am,
and I've been a supporter, but after hearing
ma'am,
the clip,
ma'am.
I
You
was
hear a
honestly
clip,
disappointed.
the show. Do you not? I'm okay. Due respect, ma'am. How do you?
I'm 22.
You know, I could clip your life up and make you sound any kind of way I want to.
Yeah, I understand that.
Okay, well
That's
then,
why
if
I
that's the
asked
case,
if
all
there was
right.
something,
I've addressed it
in the
several
show.
times. I said no, nope, no, ma'am. It's not there. I wouldn't say anything that reckless. And if I did say something along the line of a beauty spectrum, it's in context. And see, the funny thing about my show is a long form show. Oftentimes, I will make a point, connect to another point that may be 5, 10, 16, even 36 minutes down the track. But people today have such a short attention span. If you click in, just like this woman earlier clicked in, talking about, oh, well, your tone and you shouldn't do this, do that. And I said, did you listen to my entire show where I said I'm a consultant and a coach? I'm not a therapist or a consultant. I mean, I'm not a therapist or somebody to collar your feelings. So you don't have a license? I address everything, ma'am. Outright, I don't say that. That would basically mean me saying that people from the continent of Africa, black women with dark skin, don't have beautiful features. That just belies observable fact. Some of the most gorgeous supermodels come from the continent of Africa, dark skin. It's a Fibonacci sequence. It's a spiral. So no.
Okay.
Now, here's the one thing I will say. In this country, a lot of our women seem to have a problem with this, what they call white European or European ethnocentric standard of beauty. And that's a battle that you ladies got to fight amongst yourselves. Men recognize beauty. What men are more drawn to more than anything else is facial symmetry and body weight. Now, on the opposite end of a spectrum, you are larger than you should be. You are out of shape on that spectrum, far out of shape. But facially, no. That's why I say this whole Eurocentric standard of beauty is a woman's argument. It's some shit y'all do, just right along with colorism.
Okay. So what would you recommend? Like, should we go and watch the full show? Maybe there'll be some
I don't,
context in there.
ma'am. I'm trying to
Explain.
do my best, man, but I've said it. There are thousands of hours of content. I am not
Right.
responsible.
You marry Sebastian Klein in my place.
That's right. Natalie is also your daughter. She can be the one who marries Sebastian.
But do you think like
Okay,
saying
ma'am,
one
ma'am.
thing can ruin
No, I don't.
something like, can seem kind of unforgivable and very hurtful?
If-
if
I don't
it's,
give
like,
a
that
shit.
bad?
Then leave. Due respect, ma'am. That's why I said I wish you guys lived this standard. I hope you live that way. To where what you say today, I spoke about this at the beginning. You people act like what you say today, if you were being recorded, everything you said from here on through eternity, and people want to hold you accountable to something you said 2 years ago in the middle of a stream where you were talking to this and they misheard that. If that's the standard and it's unforgivable, then screw you. I don't need to be forgiven. That is a standard beyond Christ. The only person who can live up to that is perfection. And I'm not trying to be perfect. You're looking for shit to be wrong at that point. And I don't want to be with people who are looking for stuff to be wrong. You're looking to be offended, you'll find something to find offensive. Good. Be offended. Go. I'll stay over here with the people who are trying to win. I mean that shit. Because we love to play gotcha in the black community. Everybody else can make mistakes. Everybody else can say this, evolve, such and so forth. Black people, you got to be we are stuck in high school. That's how you were. You were. That dude was here, but you know, he trying to be such and so forth. He wasn't anyway in high school. Stay stuck. You can't be stuck at the behind and talk about catching up and evolving. I said I didn't say it. I never would say some silly shit like that. It doesn't make mathematical sense. It doesn't make logical sense. I'm not going to be responsible for what somebody's. Well, I heard a clip. Okay. Now keep believing if you want to.
Hey guys, how are you? Hope you're doing all well. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our YouTube video. And let's give respect to the fallen legend, Papa Kevin Samuels. May his work stay forever and may his name trend forever, because he has more amazing work. He has more important work. Here in these videos, we talk about marriage, we talk about relationships, we talk about situationships, we talk about divorce, we talk about single parenting, we bring out the youth. May his work stay forever and may his name stay forever, because he has more educative work which can help one another. First of all, I'm going to appreciate this lady we are going to talk about. One thing about her, I just like the way she speaks. She speaks in a respectful way, not like other ladies that come in just to prove what they want to say. They don't want to listen what they are telling them. But according to this lady, at least I would credit her out, because she said the same thing I always tell you guys. You can't work on your present, yet you're running away from your past. But this lady, one thing I liked about her, she said, yes, I have to admit my past so that I can work on my present. And this is the reality of life. There is no way life is going to favor you, yet you're doing all things aside, thinking that it will favor you out, yet it won't favor you out in one way or the other. So, in this scenario, here we go. This lady has 4 kids in 3 baby daddies. Are you getting me? She has 4 kids in 3 baby daddies. I'm not judging her, and I'm not judging anyone into this situation. But one question that always comes into my mind, you can't tell me, okay, one baby daddy, it wasn't perfect. Make sure the second one, at least it becomes perfect. Anyway, when it fails, because she says actually, one thing I liked about her scenario, even when they told her what, or they explained for her the reality of life, she was just saying, yeah. If there was a scenario whereby they told her about the smoke detector, and she said, now you see why you need a man, and she was like, yeah, you're right. She says she wants someone who will come into her family to push her out, to help her with the kids, and to support her mentally, emotionally, and physically. And at that age with those kids, that means this is a lady who is going to wake up and get a man and say, yeah, I have my 4 kids. Then you have to be ready to go as a baby daddy of 4 kids, to face the 4 kids, or to say, no, I'm not going with this, which is right. But mostly 50% of the ladies that lie about their past life, these are the kind of ladies you can get, and they be like, I don't have a kid. And at the end of the day, you find it difficult for you to find out that they have a kid and they are being dropped. But this lady, according to what I see, she's someone who's going to tell you the fact. You either take her with her fact or no. That's why when she was telling Kevin Samuel, she was so straight and open. If Mr. Kevin wanted to judge her, it was okay for her. But she wanted to get the best idea. She didn't just come to argue, but this is something like um a personal information or a personal advice she was thinking for, you know so it looks like she wanted to get that advice, and at the same time to weigh herself and how it will go around, because she said she would love to travel, she would love to do things, but she is single. Yes, I just love the fact that this lady was straight and respectful, because when she tried to raise up her voice and she had to say, I'm sorry. Actually, for the ladies I've been seeing calling into this show, this is not how they speak. Most of them, they come in as if they want to prove what they're saying, even when it's all rubbish or shit. But they are not being respectful to this gentleman. And this gentleman was a real hero, because dealing with our gender is the most worth thing, you know. Being with us is the most worth thing. That's why you find a lot of ladies make a lot of mistakes within a minute, and they regret afterwards, because they don't want to be told about anything, or they feel like what they are doing is the right path for them, or is the right place to go in. So, guys, that is it. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our YouTube today. This marks the end of our video today. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Love you all, and to those who always comment, love you all. To those who always listen, and to those who always watch my YouTube, thank you so much. May God bless you, and stay tuned.